had this delicious morning. That's what I call it, a delicious morning. What does a delicious morning mean to me? I was cleaning my home and it was quiet and no one was there. And then I sat down and had a cup of coffee before I started to work. And for me, it just was this delicious moment of sort of being alone, but being alone in a good way, that I actually wanted to be alone, and that I was alone of the routine of alone. And it comes after, wow, the big bang of holidays and busy time, and it's so much beauty in preparing for a Chag, preparing for Pesach, and so much beauty in being in the Chag of Pesach. But it's also very intense. It's intense to have a lot of family time. As beautiful as it is, it's like a very intense time to be around, to be around people you want to be around, to be around people you don't want to be around. It's a lot of no routine time. And there's something actually quite comforting about having a routine, and not just that routine is that there is no routine. It was a beautiful moment, and it made me think about, I had two beautiful moments in Pesach and Passover. One was Shabbat morning. I got up, I was up very, very early, and I had this delicious 1.5 hour if I was just reading beautiful, beautiful Torah. And it felt so good and so holy and so connected. And also on the last day of Pesach, the last day of Passover, I woke up, I was up before the crack of dawn, and I sang the song of the Shira of Kirat Yapsuf, of the splitting of the sea. And I started saying Tehillim, saying Psalms, and I had a couple of good hours on my own, which were delicious. And feeling extremely holy and spiritual before, of course, everyone wakes up and wants food and wants this and wants that and asks for a million things and is fighting and I don't know what. And then here we are. We're about to get ready for Shabbat. Again, the pile of laundry is already getting high. There's so much to do, the cooking and the cleaning and preparing, and I don't know, it's life. It's a routine, it's a life. On one hand, it's so comforting and so beautiful that we have so much busyness, and on the other end, it's wait a minute, it's too much. And it's hard to tap into the holy when you're around everybody, and it's hard to tap into the peacefulness when you feel like you're in an environment that's very unpeaceful. But I realized something. If you read this week's Parsha, what does it talk about? It talks about the service of the Kohen Gadol. Who is the Kohen Gadol? The high priest who came on the holiest day of the year, Yom Kippur, to do the holiest thing that he could possibly be doing in the holiest place, that only one day, one time he's entering this Holy of Holies. And what does he do there? The Kohen Gadol, he prays for the people, he's praying for himself, and it says he prays. He does a kapara, he does an atonement for who? For his home, Beito. Now what's the home? The home it's talking about, the Torah is talking about him and his wife, his family. The home is the Beit Yodi, it's the Jewish home. So what does that have to do with being on the Holy of Holy, in the holiest place, doing this so spiritual connecting thing, and all of a sudden he's talking about his home? This is such a beautiful message, actually, that we're being taught by our sages, extrapolating this from the Torah, is that as holy as these moments are, when I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning saying Psalms or reading Torah, drinking my cup of coffee, or I'm all silent and I can clean the house and no one's around and I feel so connected and spiritual and calm, the Torah is coming to teach us that as holy as that is, there's something even in that. It's so holy, but Judaism and what's holy is about actually combining and bringing the spirituality and the physicality. It's actually being in the home, which is so holy. It's bringing holiness to the home and making the home holy. And it says that the divine presence rests. Where is the divine presence? It rested in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle, in the Beis Hamikdash, the holy temple. When the Torah is describing where is this divine, the Shekhinah, resting, it says betochem, inside of you, which means that all of us are this holy vessel that the Shekhinah comes down in, the divine presence comes down in and rests within us. But the other place that's talked about where the Shekhinah is, where the divine presence is, in the home. Between the husband and the wife rests the Shekhinah. When there's shalom, when there's peace in the home, it says that then comes the divine presence. Which we see, the comparison is that the home is the place for the divine presence to rest. Your side of yourself is the place for the Shekhinah, the divine presence to rest. And of course, in the Beis Hamikdash, in the Mishkan, a place of learning Torah, a place of praying, and of course, it's also very holy. But it's not exclusive, it's inclusive. There is nothing as holy as the Jewish home. There's nothing as holy as a Jewish body. There's nothing as holy as a place where you see and you recognize the divine presence and you draw that divine presence down. And I realize that in my moments where I'm feeling like, wow, this is too much and too much noise, and like this is and so much going on, and like the routine of being no routine, and there actually I will find such holiness. And I'm also in the moments where things are in the routine and in the day-to-day and just cleaning up and doing the laundry and doing all these things and working and the here and there and the errands, I'm also going to find holy. But I have to bring it there. I have to draw it down. I have to make myself and my home the place where the divine presence will rest. And this is our challenge. It's just tapping into it. It's looking inside yourself. It's looking inside your home. It's being in those moments which actually are much more challenging. It's much more challenging to be holy when you feel so physically drawn to something than it is to be holy when you're feeling so holy, right? It's very easy for me to tap into spirituality when I'm all by myself and quiet and I'm reading something holy than it is when I'm surrounded by people, surrounded by noise, surrounded by the pulls and the tugs of all this and life. And yet there's where we can reach our highest moments. So with that, we're going to do our Shabbos Achrei Mot meditation, where first of all, just tap into the fact that your body is a holy vessel which can contain the divine presence. Tap into the fact that your home is embodied of a place that can contain the divine presence. Tap into the fact that within your relationships between you and the people that actually are closest to you is where there's the highest opportunity to be challenged, to be pushed, and to bring down the most holiness, knowing that in every single physical thing that you do, you can infuse spirituality and holiness with it. With that, I would love you to just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Tap into your breathing, to your neshama, to your soul. Looking at each one of your body parts and seeing it as a vehicle that you can use in order to get close, in order to get connection, in order to do the will of your maker. Taking a deep breath in, breathe in the breath of life, breathe in the breath of light, breathe in holiness, and take a pause. Don't let it out just yet. Pause that breath, hold it, and then exhale it as you drop each one of your muscles. Taking a deep breath and imagining yourself breathing light actually into your home, dispelling and exhaling out any darkness that's in your home, in your heart, in your body. Seeing the soul residing inside you, in your home. Knowing that in those moments where it just feels so intense and so crazy and so noisy, you can actually bring peace and calm by taking a deep breath, by holding it, and then by exhaling it. By looking at the bigger picture, that this is why we're here, is to be doing this infusion of spirituality and physicality, to be infusing spirituality in the physicality, to be lifting it up. Take a deep breath, stretch up, reach your arms up, and bring that light and that holiness down. And also, you can take a deep breath, reach down, and bring the holiness, which is so down, and bring it actually up. Deep breaths, inhaling up, reaching up for light, spirituality, connecting to Hashem. Letting that spiritual light infuse and go into your whole entire body. Imagine it going and dispersing in all the corners of your home, bringing it all the way down. And again, inhaling up, taking a deep breath, taking that ground, taking that physicality, and just lifting it up to Hashem.